Okay, Assalamualaikum 9 class. I hope you are doing good. Yesterday we have discussed the topic the program development life cycle. Right now, today we are going to discuss about computer systems and subsystems. Now we need to know what is a computer system basically. Now it is described or made up of a software, data, hardware, communication, people. Then each computer and these computers basically divided into a set of subsystems, right? So basically computer system is made up of a software, hardware, data, communications and peoples within it. Now we need to know what are the subsystems are. These are basically the events or tasks that happen within a system, right? So each subsystem can be further divided into more subsystems and so on until each subsystem just performs a single action. Now for I give you the example of it, for example we have the weather forecast. Right now weather forecast is basically the one of the largest computer systems in the world. You obtain the information you need from one of the largest computer system in the world, right? So computer systems can be large, it can be very small or any size in between. Weather forecast is the largest computer system. And for example, and the small, I will give you the example of the smaller computer system. For example, alarm in your smartphone is basically the smallest computer system, right? So what is the difference between computer system and subsystems? Computer system is basically made up of software, hardware, and communications and people within it. And these computer systems are divided into subsystems, and each subsystem can be further divided into more subsystems, and until each subsystem just performs a single action, right? So this is the basically difference between computer system and subsystem. Now we need to know what is a stepwise refinement. Now the term stepwise refinement is basically the process of breaking down into smaller subsystems, right? So that is the process which breaks down into smaller subsystems, that is called as the stepwise refinement, right? Now the next topic I'm going to discuss with you is decomposing a problem, right? It has basically four parts in it. Number one is the input, number two is the process, and number three is the output, and number four is the storage. Now as you know, okay, whatever we entered into the computer is called as input. So input is basically the data that entered into the system, right? That is called as input. Now second one is the process. Task to be performed on that input data is called as process. As you know, the data is a collection of raw facts and figures, and when we process that data it becomes information, right? So first one is the input, that is the data entered in the system. Second one is the process, means the task to be performed on that input data. Third one is the output, means the data needs to be printed, means the data is processed in the form of the information. That the processed data is basically called as information, which makes the output. So output is the data that needs to be printed. Now fourth and last part of the decomposing of a problem we have is the storage, means the data needs to be stored in form of files, right? So that data which we are inputting into the computer is first be processed, and it will be printed, right? And then it will be stored into the files. These are the four steps of decomposing a problem. Now you need to write that four steps and computer system and subsystem definitions in your copy.